It was happening. A soft chime echoed in the silent hotel room. Did you hear that? Priya's hands trembled as she stared at the message. A slow, rhythmic knocking filled the air. Steady, deliberate. Another notification. You forgot to forward it. Priya never believed in chain messages, the ones that warned people to forward them or suffer some horrible fate. She had always dismissed them as jokes, until she arrived in that town. She was just passing through, a journalist on assignment, staying for a couple of days. But the place felt different. The streets were nearly empty, the few locals she saw avoiding her gaze, whispering amongst themselves. At a roadside tea stall, she overheard hushed voices. Another person had died. A young man, perfectly healthy, had slit his own throat in the middle of the street. The curse got him. Someone muttered. A curse. The words should have meant nothing. She should have ignored them, done her job, and left. But she asked questions, and that was her first mistake. No one wanted to speak, but an old shopkeeper finally gave in, glancing around nervously before whispering to her. They all got the message. A WhatsApp forward. You receive it. You send it to 5 people, or she comes for you. Don't open the door at 3 a.m. Whatever you do, don't forget to forward it. Priya almost laughed. A ridiculous prank, nothing more. But that night, her phone buzzed. Do not open the door at 3 a.m. Forward this to 5 people, or she will come for you. She deleted it without a second thought. That was her second mistake. The next evening, she sat at a tea stall, watching a man drinking chai when his phone buzzed. His hands shook as he stared at the screen. No, 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 he muttered under his breath. His breath quickened. His eyes widened as if he saw something behind Priya. She's here. Then, something changed in him. His fingers dug into his skin, nails tearing at his face. Blood smeared across his cheeks as his eyes bulged, his mouth stretching into a silent scream. Then, he slammed his head against the table. Again, 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 until his body slumped, motionless. No one reacted. No one even turned to look. The shopkeeper only murmured, "He didn't forward it." That night, Priya locked herself in her hotel room. The door was bolted, the curtains drawn. Her phone was switched off. At exactly 2:59 a.m., the screen lit up. Did you hear that? Then came the knocking. Slow, steady, right outside her door. Do not open the door. The knocking grew louder, more urgent. She's behind you. Her breath hitched. She turned, her hands trembling. The phone screen reflected the dimly lit room, and a tall, shadowy figure standing right behind her, watching. She didn't remember what happened next. When she woke up, it was morning. The town was gone. The people, the voices, everything had vanished. She ran, left the town, never looked back. A few days later, in a different city, she checked into another hotel trying to convince herself that it was over. That night, at exactly 3 a.m., her phone buzzed. You forgot to forward it. Her stomach twisted. Then, a new message appeared. It was from her own number. Look behind you.